Hello, buddies, it's here, and welcome to my unboxing interview of the SH Figuarts Reno Ichikawa. Yes, freaking finally. Oh my god, I owe BBTS an apology because I did not know it was possible to have shipping times worse than BBTS, but holy shit was I corrected because this thing took literally like over 3 weeks to get to me, and oh my god, it was torturous. So I probably will not be buying from this seller again, but he's finally here. I am very, very, very excited about this figure. I absolutely loved Kaiju number 8, and I loved the first release so unbelievably much. Obviously, the Kaiju number 8, the Kafka, absolutely fucking incredible, and I've just been so ecstatic to get the rest of the characters, man. Yeah, I'm absolutely stoked for this figure. Now, I have heard some things about him. I've heard he was a little bit disappointing to people, but I can be a very forgiving person, so I will hold my judgment until I get him out and see for myself if he is flawed. But honestly, in the package, I think he looks absolutely amazing, and I just can't wait to get him out. So without further ado, let's jump into the review and start off by taking a look at the packaging. So here up front, we have an awesome picture of Reno Ichikawa, Bandai Tamashii Nation's Kaiju number 8. If you have not watched Kaiju number 8, oh my god, go get on it. This show was absolutely phenomenal. Tamashii Nation's quality and season 2 has currently been announced, which is just amazing. Bandai Namco, there's the figure in the packaging right there. There's an awesome picture of him on the side with his gas mask on. Reno Ichikawa on the back. There's a bunch of product shots of him holding the gun and all kinds of awesome gun poses. Isn't this such a fun anime because it has actual like guns and shit? So you get like operator looking characters, man. It's so fun. A lot of people say that Kaiju number 8 is totally ununique. Dude, I've never seen a fucking anime that had like operators with like assault rifles, dude. Like, come on, man. This is fucking cool as shit. And then you have Mina with her massive ass fucking cannon, dude. This does not just rip off other shows. This was such a cool show, man. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So without further ado, let's get him out. Also, I got a new knife. It's pretty sweet. I like it quite a bit. Okay, here is Reno Ichikawa out of the box, and first impressions are good. Plastic quality is fantastic. The only thing I will note is that these are super duper loose. I was not expecting those to be so loose, but I can understand why. They're just, yeah, it's just a little bit off-putting originally. Now, I do know about the major problem that people have talked about with this guy, but we'll talk about it later. Plastic quality feels great. Joint tolerances are fantastic. There's nothing loose or anything like that. Yeah, already right off the bat, I am definitely personally feeling the officers here. And of course, we have him, we have Mina coming out very, very, very soon, and we have Shinomiya coming next year, and then we better get Hoshina, man. I don't care if they kill the line after that, but we absolutely need Hoshina. But yeah, I'm personally pretty darn happy with it right out of the box. So let's get in on the sculpting. The head sculpt is pretty darn good. He's not the most striking character design, you know, it's kind of your normal anime boy with white hair. He's a really fun character in this show, though. Really nice job on the eyes right there, the nice gray, like the mouth is done pretty well. Got the ears over here with the little earpiece in there. That's pretty fun. I like that. And the hair is sculpted very, very nicely as well. Could have used some shading. I think SHF could always use a little more shading in their hair, but it looks pretty darn good. And then moving down to the Japan Defense Force officer uniform right there. You got these little pieces right here, which I think are on little ball joints, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can kind of move those around, which is fun. Got those little gray pieces right there, the little pieces right there, the little zipper going through the outfit right there. And then you do have the holster right there. That gun doesn't come out, unfortunately. However, I will talk about something about that later on in the video, a little workaround with that. And then you have pouches right here on the side, looking really, really great. And those are actually on little ball joints. You can see those kind of come off right there. So this can actually be posed a little bit. That's kind of fun. I like that. Those are all on little ball joints so they can kind of be posed around. That's really fun. I like that. And then you have, of course, the arm guards right there looking great. Those, again, could have used some shading, but still pretty nice. Nice little pieces going into there as well. Pretty darn cool. And then doing to the back, of course, you got that awesome spine thing that is also on Kaiju number 8. I talked about this in the Kaiju number 8 review, that the officer outfit has the spine as well, which is super, super cool. I really, really like that. Super fun little thing that's between between both of the character designs right there. And then you get the little belt right there. Yeah, I'm absolutely feeling this figure, man. I think this line is going to be great, great, great. And then right here, nice green right there picked out on the knee pads right there. And then the shoes, and he's got those like rocket booster type things on the shoes right there. Really nice. I'm really liking this. Like so far, the only thing I don't like about this figure is one thing that I already knew about before even getting him. Let's get into the articulation because that's where the one big problem with this figure is. But starting off at the head sculpt of here, you do have a ball joint right there at the base of the neck, so it can get a little bit of movement. Not too much, but it's still pretty good. And then there's of course a ball joint going into the head. The upward is not too great, you can see there, but you can still get a little bit right there. The downward is pretty good, and then the tilt as well is also solid. So the head movement is okay. Moving down to the torso right here, he does get a tiny little crunch forward, like the tiniest little amount. You can see it does go forward like that much. And then the arms right here, you can see there's some pretty good caves right here, so there is some butterfly right there. These pieces do kind of get in the way, but I think you might be able to like shift these inward, which might be why those can do that. So you can shift those inward and get some decent butterfly right there. So that's pretty good. But the butterfly is not anything too crazy, but it is something, and that's good for having him with the rifle, of course. You got a swivel right there at the arm. You got a double jointed bend. That is amazing. Oh my god, you guys know how much I love these kind of double jointed bends that just literally just get the full range of movement right there. That is absolutely amazing. And then the hands right here, you have I think ball joints going into the hands right there, so you get so you can bring them side to side. You can rotate them around and get some more, everything that you need. And then the big one is this ball joint right here at the torso. So there is a ball joint in there, but this is the big downfall of the figure that everybody's been talking about. This does not get any forward movement whatsoever. A little bit of back, there is a little bit of back, but there's absolutely no forward movement whatsoever. And yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. And the fact that that it is on Mina, I have already seen that it is on Mina, and it will most likely be on Kikaru as well. That's very unfortunate because you definitely want to be able to get these characters in like super dynamic, like Attack on Titan poses, like jumping off buildings and scaling off of like walls and shit. But it's gonna be hard to do that because there's no bend forward right here at the torso. All there is just this little bit right here, which I mean, it's not nothing. You can get a little bit right there, but this is definitely the worst torso movement I've seen in quite some time. But honestly, I'm really feeling this figure, so I don't think this is gonna be a deal breaker for me personally. But getting back into the articulation, getting to the legs right here, you can see there's a full cutout right there, so you can get all the way up. That is really, really amazing. And then the butt sculpt is going to get a little bit in the way of the back, but not honestly that much. It still looks pretty, really great. And as I said earlier, all these little pouches right here are on those extra little joints right there, which I really like, man. If you're going to say that they phoned this figure in, man, my counter argument is these right here. Do you really think they needed to put these tiny little like dumbbell joints on every single one of these pouches, man? I think that's really, really cool looking, man. And then you just kind of tuck it back in right there. That's super neat. And then you have a swivel right there. You have a double jointed bend right there at the knee, which is awesome. You have a little bit of up and down right there at the foot. He can't kick his own ass, but yeah, a little bit up and down right there at the foot. And then the ankle pivot is really, really, really good, man. Actually, that is, oh, dude, you can almost get the Naruto range, man. That is really good. And then you have a awesome toe joint right here. Yeah, I really like this figure, man. Like this ball joint right here in the torso is definitely unfortunate, but I'm absolutely really, really, really feeling this, man. This is great. Aside from that one part right there, that one tiny little flaw right there, well, not tiny little flaw, it's quite a big flaw, but aside from that big flaw, this figure so far is great, in my opinion. So let's get into the comparisons, and of course, let's bring in Kafka. And there they are together, looking absolutely freaking phenomenal. Yeah, I love the scale that they've got going on here. Looks really, really great, and it's just so awesome to finally get more characters. However, I'm going to put him over here because I actually do have one more thing to compare him with. I haven't reviewed this because this figure, the only thing about this figure is it's really hard to stand. Like, I love this figure. I stand by my review of it, but he is very difficult to stand up because his feet are so tiny and he's really, really really tall, so that's annoying as shit. But one more figure I actually have here is the Figuarts Kaiju Shinomiya. I picked this up after seeing a couple reviews of it. It was a fun build, but honestly, I'm way more excited for the SH Figuarts Kaiju Shinomiya. I'm not going to review this because I just don't think I'm ever going to actually go and put all the decals on this. If we weren't getting the SH Figuarts, maybe I would, but I just can't be bothered to put all the decals on it, and I don't feel like I deserve to be able to review the figure unless I put all the decals on it. It's okay for the price. I think it's a decent placeholder, and there is some things about it that you might want to consider when we talk about it a little bit more with Reno here, but for the most part, I think you'll be okay just waiting for the SHF, but it's okay. It just kind of feels like it's going to explode into a million pieces every time I pick it up. And that's probably because, it's made of a million pieces. It was a fun build, though. But yeah, this looks fantastic. We're going to be getting Mina next. And then, of course, we have SHF Kikuru. And again, we better get Hoshina, man. That's all I care about. I don't care about literally any other character. We better just get fucking Hoshina. But now let's compare Reno with some other SHF lines. And let's just bring in a couple other, deuteragonists, shall we? Here is Lance from Mashil. Here's SH Figuarts Yuta Okotsu. Here is our boy Sasuke, the one and only. And I don't really have any other characters in the same vein, so here is the new SHF Makima as well. So there you go. There is how he scales with a bunch of other SHF lines. I think it's perfect. Look at it. It's absolutely perfect. Just continuing more SHF, just slowly making every single line and just doing such a great job. I did watch some reviews on the Makima. I heard a lot of people weren't happy with it, but personally, I'm very happy with it. I actually think it's a really cool figure. I've only grown to like it more since my review, so I don't know. I stand by my review personally, but yeah, this is just amazing, man. And I don't know if you guys have seen the Deku yet, the SHF Deku, but I cannot deny it looks incredible, and I'm very, very, very excited to get it. I like the Amazing Yamaguchi figures, but honestly, this Deku was never my favorite one. I mean, I'm not the biggest Deku fan in general, but this Deku was never really my favorite. You know what? Let's just compare him with a bunch of them, actually. Hang on. So there is Deku. Here's Kirishima. Here is Todoroki. And here is Aizawa. I highly doubt that SHF is gonna get to the same point that Amazing Yamaguchi has, man. But I mean, if the rest of the figures look as good as their Deku does, man, I'm definitely gonna be here for it, man. I'm pretty excited, and I do very much prefer the look of Deku that they're making over this Amazing Yamaguchi one. Basically, I'm saying is the SHF Deku is almost definitely gonna blow this one out of the water. This one's probably just gonna go in storage, honestly, once I get that. But I don't think they're gonna reach the same level that these Amazing Yamaguchi ones. The Deku is not that good. Him and the Bakugo honestly could have totally used a revamp. So I'm really, really excited for those upcoming SHF My Heroes, man. And finally, for a few random comparisons, here's the SHF Berserk Guts. Here's the Super Action statue Jonathan Joestar. Here's the Figma Yuji Itadori. And here's the Figma Inosuke, just so you can see how he looks with a bunch of other awesome anime lines from other companies, various companies. So let's get into the accessories. Alright, starting off with the face sculpts, of course, you've got this nice default stoic expression in the packaging, which I always like. I'm just going to shift over his little boob plate there. There you go. That's fun. I like that you can shift those over. And for alternate faces, we have a nice looking to the side face right here, which I'm starting to really like these faces, actually. They're actually pretty cool. We have an angry face. This will certainly come in handy once we get Kaiju number 9 next year. We have an even angrier face. And we have this awesome gas mask face right here. Wow, this is so freaking cool, man. And in order to switch the faces, of course, it's just like your normal action figure. Obviously, you just pop off the fringe right here. You can see the sculpt line right there. Just get your fingernail in there and kind of wiggle that off. Pop off that face right there. Goes on pretty darn well. You can see how that works right there. And let's just check out. Oh, actually, you have to take the entire head sculpt off in order to put that gas mask on there. So let's just put on the one where he's looking to the side right there. So just kind of fit that in there. And oh, you can see there's actually a shape right there going into the face right there. So you just got to get that lined up and then put the fringe back on. There you go. Very, very, very cool. The faces are a little bit fiddly to change, but still really, really nice going on there. And now let's take a look at the gas mask face right there. So for this one, you got to pop the head off. Then we'll separate the fringe right there, and then put this fringe on. You want to get that. You want to get that dumbbell joint through there, and then just get that in there, and boom. And then pop the head sculpt back on. There we go, and then fringe. And there you go, there he is with the gas mask on. Very, very, very cool. And you also get an alternate fringe with a bit more of an action pose right there, which is super cool for awesome dynamic poses. So, of course, obviously, you just got to pop off the fringe right there and then just pop on this one. Very, very, very cool. So you get him in some awesome dynamic poses right there. This would also look really, really cool with. So one way to make this easier is to just pop the ball joint, is to just pop the head off every time, and then just look at it from the bottom here and insert it and watch that shape actually go into the peg hole in the face right there. So that's a much easier way of changing the faces right there. And then of course, pop this back on. That looks really, really, really cool. I like this windswept hair. Definitely a nice accessory to include. All right, now for the alternate hands, you got fists on in the packaging, and you get a pair of relaxed hands, and these hands for holding the rifle right there. So not too many hands, but still a pretty good selection right here, although I definitely wish we could have gone an opposite side as well. So you could either have him holding the assault rifle in this hand or in this hand right there, but still really cool that you get these. And in order to switch off the hands right here, obviously you just pop them off right there and pop on whichever hand you want to change them out with. Goes on pretty darn easily. You know what, we'll go ahead and pop on this other one as well. Yeah, these are pretty good. They switch out pretty darn easily, so that is definitely nice. And lastly, of course, you get the most important accessory, his assault rifle. And you can see it's loaded with the freeze bullets because those are Reno's specialty right there. Really, really, really cool. You can see the nice gunmetal gray that the whole thing is picked out in right there. It could have used a little bit more paint. Would have been nice if they could have given a little bit more paint. Maybe made the body actually a black and then had the gunmetal gray for like the stock and the barrel right there. But it still looks really cool. And isn't this just so fun, man? Fucking anime action figures with a goddamn assault rifle. Man, this is so fun. I've actually been wanting a line or an anime like this for a long time, and I'm super happy that Kaiju no. 8 came in and filled the void and just did it so absolutely phenomenally. So yeah, and of course, in order to give him the assault rifle, you just got to get the handle right here in the hand. There you go. Little bit tight, but just get that in there. So you just slide it in the hand. It doesn't go all the way in. I cannot for the life of me. Oh, actually, no, I kind of got it mostly in there right there. It's kind of tricky, but you can kind of see the way he holds it. It's a little bit crammed in that section right there. But yeah, you put that in his hand right there, and then you get this hand, of course, and you can just rest that on that. Yes, this is so sick. Finally, man. Finally, an anime with some fucking gun action going on here. I mean, like, the only one I can think of besides Kaiju no. 8 is Lycoris Recoil, man. That is so, so cool. Check that out, man! Oh my god, it's a little bit difficult to make the gun look like natural, like he's aiming it like supernaturally, but oh my god, dude, this looks amazing. Yeah, I love this figure personally, man. Like, it has a few issues, but I'm absolutely here for these Kaiju no. 8 figures, man. I think they're doing a great job on this, man. Like, this has some serious potential. This looks amazing. And honestly, Mina looks even better. So, yeah, I absolutely cannot wait to see the future of this line, man. I can't wait to see how big of a display that we can get here. Man, this looks incredible. And honestly, the accessories on this figure are amazing. But there is one more accessory that this figure comes with, and that is a brand new head sculpt for Kafka himself. So you get, of course, your Kafka ear, you pop off this face, and you can pop on this brand new DLC face. All of the Kaiju no. 8 SH Figuarts will be coming with a DLC face for Kafka, and this is the one that Reno comes with. This is when he's trying to calm the kid down with a smile and ends up just looking absolutely horrifying. A very, very, very fun face that you'll have a lot of fun with using with your Reno or any of your other characters. Or, I mean, it's just a cool thing to have, man. Very, very, very awesome that they're giving these DLC faces right here. This isn't wanting to go on like super tightly though, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, the face is kind of angled up, so it's not like the easiest thing to work with, but it's still fun. I still like this face. And I mean, if you've seen the show, Kafka is an absolute goofball, so this is definitely a good face to get for a display option. Now, before we get into the final thoughts on Reno here, I want to talk about one thing. So, a lot of people have pointed out that the pistol cannot come out of the holster right here. However, if you want to spend a little bit more money and you pick up the Kaiju Shinomiya figure rise model kit right here, this figure actually comes with a unholstered pistol right here. Now, I don't have any of the decals on it, but you can put the decals on it, which maybe I'll actually try and do that just to have the pistol done here. But if you have this, I see no reason why you wouldn't be able to use it with your Reno here, and probably with Mina as well. So just pop that assault rifle out, and there you go. And if you want to get rid of the holster, you can just pop it off of the ball joint right there. And there you go. Look at this! This looks amazing, man! This is so freaking cool. Now, is this pistol worth the entire purchase of the Kaiju Shinomiya figurized kit? Honestly, I would say yes, honestly, because the kit itself was very, very fun to build, and you get a Kaiju Shinomiya to hold you over till the SHF. Not a particularly great one, and it will kind of feel a little weird when you pose it. It'll kind of feel like it wants to explode when you pose it, but you'll get this pistol, you'll get a placeholder Kikaru, and I personally think it's worth it. And I mean, this pistol looks amazing, and I'm sure it's gonna look really, really awesome when we put it in Mina's hand as well. The gas mask face is a little hard to work with because the elastic band goes around the neck right there, so it's a little bit harder to pose that one. But any of these other faces work great as well. So yeah, this is just awesome. I love this figure. Let's jump into the final thoughts. Oh, actually, I just found one thing. There's actually drop downs on this figure right there. So the legs can get actually even more leg movement up right there. So the only thing that they cut corners on is that torso piece right there. And honestly, I don't even think they cut corners on it. I think they just kind of designed it wrong. Maybe they could fix it with the Kaiju Shinomiya. That'd be nice, since there is quite a long time before that comes out. So it'd be really nice if we could get a little bit more torso movement right there. But with that being said, my final thoughts on this figure. So final thoughts on the SH Figuarts Reno Ichikawa. Honest to God, y'all, I just love it. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I've been wanting stuff like this for so freaking long. Anime action figures that look like fucking operators with assault rifles and pistols and miniguns, and this is exactly what I wanted, and the show is awesome to boot, man. This is just amazing. This show and this series just came out of absolutely nowhere, and I'm already just having an absolute blast collecting these, man. They're amazing. I can't believe that I literally only have to wait a few more days to get Mina, and then we have to wait another year to get Kikaru. But of course, it's nice that I actually went and picked up this figurized one as like a little placeholder right there. So that's pretty cool. And of course, we absolutely need them to announce Hoshina like literally right now, because he's my favorite character. But yeah, this is awesome. I honestly can't sing its praises high enough. I think it's great. Is there a few issues? Yes, that torso movement definitely got to take a little bit of points off. I can't give this an S+ because of that torso movement, but honestly, while posing it, I honestly didn't even feel myself really longing for that torso movement. Like, you get this little tiny bit in the upper torso right there, and honestly, like, you really don't need anything else. Like, it definitely is not really acceptable that this can't get any movement whatsoever, but I honestly don't think it's a deal breaker. Like, I really do think you get quite a good amount of expressibility with that top torso joint without even getting any in the bottom right there. So yeah, personally, I love it. I think this figure is absolutely amazing. Honestly, I might like it more than Kafka. I honestly might. I've just been wanting stuff like this for so long. Kafka is great, but I'd really love a Kafka in his officer uniform as well. That'd be freaking awesome. Like, the Kaiju No.8 figure is really cool. It's going to be really cool to have to go go with the Kaiju number 9 figure as well, but I think I actually do like the officers a little bit more. And the QC across the board, phenomenal. Plastic quality, joint tolerance, all of it is absolutely phenomenal. So even though it does have that torso problem, I'm still going to give it an S. Does it deserve that? Maybe not, because that is a pretty drastic downfall, but I think if you love Kaiju number 8 as much as I did, or you just want stuff like this, you want like operator looking anime characters in your collection, man, I think you're going to be absolutely, I think you're going to be really, really happy with this figure. I honestly do. And I have no doubt in my mind that Mina's going to be even fucking better, man. So I am absolutely 100% in for this line. I think Reno is absolutely awesome. And yes, I am standing by that S tier. Personally, I think that's the grade this figure deserves. Like, the accessories are awesome. I love the assault rifle. It is kind of shitty that they didn't make the pistol removable, but again, if you go get that Kikaru, you can pop the holster off and give him the actual pistol right here, which is super cool. And then I love they also included the gas mask face sculpt, this extra hair piece that's kind of blowing in the wind. Like, these are awesome accessories, man. And the additional face for Kafka as well. I love it. I think S tier is the grade that this figure deserves. So there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a like, subscribe for some more SH Figuarts Kaiju number 8 reviews in the future, and other anime action figure reviews in the future. Let me know all your thoughts on the SH Figuarts Reno Ichikawa, and let me know if you are excited for the rest of the Kaiju number 8 line. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and this is DK Guillotine, signing out.